Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I finally decided to start a teardown of my M104 that I picked up like 6 months ago or so. I think it's finally time for me to take some parts off, replace it with some really cool parts, which I'll show you in just a second. The initial plan after finishing the G-Wagon rust repair was to fix my girlfriend's Miata's rust, which is the frame rails and the dogleg area around the quarter panels. But I think I'm gonna push that off for now and do something exciting because I'm beyond done doing rust repairs at the moment. Because I'm pretty sure my G-Wagon's rust repair took me about over 30 hours to do. That's including, taking everything off, cleaning everything, prepping, welding, of course, making new panels, taking the windshield out, fixing the area for the windshield, which I had rust on the top. So I need to make an official video about my G-Wagon's departure, I guess you would say. I've had my fun with the car. I've done a lot of repairs, a lot of maintenance, took some small trips. Unfortunately, I didn't get to actually take it off-roading and go camping like I initially intended with my girlfriend, but this isn't gonna be the last G-Wagon I'm going to own. After my 911, I might go back to a G55, which will be a bit more fun because I make more power. So the era is not done yet, but for the fun part. So this is my M104 3.2 liter that I picked up from my buddy Jimmy. So thank you again for the hookup. So I'm sure you saw by the thumbnail which parts I'm replacing, but to finally reveal them, voila, got my exhaust manifold and the turbo. Really heavy. Long time coming, but it's finally happening. After this, I think I'm gonna end up purchasing the intake manifold, the crank trigger kit, fuel rail, and all the wiring for the ECU, which is not gonna be cheap. So if any of you want to sponsor me, please let me know, that'd be appreciated. But here's my new eBay turbo. Here's my eBay headers because I'm cheap. So today I'm gonna be installing everything like so. I also need to take this housing. And I'm sure by now you can tell that my audio ended up turning itself off. So this whole time I was yapping a bunch of stuff, not really sure what exactly, probably nothing important because I usually go on really long rants for no reason. And right here, I am pretty sure I'm talking about the market crash, about S&P 500, and then your investments. And then I'm pointing at the engine saying that this is the engine. Now in this segment, I was talking about life goals or some useless nonsense, so I'm not going to bother lip syncing any of that. And we're just going to move on. Okay, let's begin. Not going to need that, since I'm getting an aftermarket intake. So yeah, I'm going to be removing this EGR pump or emissions pump, whatever you want to call it, but I don't really need this. So all the wires and everything else that goes to it will be deleted. Could also remove the AC pump right here. I don't think I'll be running AC. Even though I want to, I might figure this out in the future, or I might leave it just for now, which is not really hard to replace, especially since everything is out in the open. So I think I'm going to start with maybe removing this shield, this line right here. And then this pump that I'm not going to need. So I just heated up this bolt right here, and I was actually able to break it loose fairly easy. Then I can go ahead and use my speed ratchet and zip it completely off. Oh yeah, that's no problem. I'm gonna pop this off because this is in the way. And there's some down here that are hidden. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so a little update time. I got most of the bolts off at the top. That wasn't too bad. Now the hard ones are gonna be the ones that are hidden right here, underneath right here, and right there. I have a feeling these will not come out with ease, and I low-key feel like I might have to cut them off. Or do something else. I actually hammered this off right here because this was in the way, and these little bolts also wouldn't unscrew easily because I couldn't get a little socket on there. But now I have all the space in the world, and all you got to do is just hammer this thing off. Give it. And this thing we can hammer off. Oh, never mind. There we go. There we go. Now the ones down here on the bottom are going to be a pain, so I'm not going to show you that. I'll give you guys an update once I get this off. Oh shit. Oh, finally. Here we go. Finally got this piece of shit off. One more to go. I guess I can take a peek and see how dirty the valves are and stuff. It's not too bad. I've seen worse online. There we go. Damn, only one. Well, there's the last one. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. Now, I might take this off next. So I'm gonna remove the belt, remove this thing, get it out of here. And as far as like the alternator and the other parts, honestly, I might replace them while I'm here, because you may as well. Okay, just like this. I also need to remove the engine mount too. And looks like I'm already heading. Fitment issues, go figure. Damn eBay. Which is not a big deal. I just have to shave this off right here. Looks like it's hitting the head. But don't forget, you get what you pay for. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the housing on this to where it's facing properly. See, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, put this down to where it's facing down, take this off so I have more space, of course. And I'm gonna contact the company and see what the hell is up with all the holes that aren't quite aligning. So it's mainly the hole in the back that's kind of off, and the fact that it's hitting right there. So I'm gonna give them a message, see what they say. Okay, so I got the belt off. That took a second because I kind of forgot how to do these, because my M103 is fairly similar to this one. Very crusty belt, jeez. Okay, so initial plan was to also remove the AC compressor, but my buddy said to just leave it for the belt configuration. But I am gonna remove this EGR pump right here. This is going in the trash. And I wonder if I can get a different bracket. Unless I just chop this off. This side of the engine already looks so much cleaner. So now I'm gonna go ahead and remove these mounts with the brackets as well. And I'm gonna keep them for the time being, just in case if my M103 ones are different. Or if they are, and the engine sits in the same position as it was before, then I'm gonna go ahead and use the M103 ones. But the mounts, I'm gonna definitely replace. Oops. Wow. Okay, I think it's time we do a little walk around to show you the details of the engine, to show you what I've done up close. So I'm having some issues with the headers. Pretty much the hole right here doesn't line up, which just looks like it's J-rigged, like someone literally took a drill bit and drilled it crooked. And over there, I don't know how well you can see, this flange hits the head right there, which this is a universal turbo headers. So that's why it has so many holes, because I decided to cheap out. So we'll see how long this lasts me. They do have a warranty for like a year or something like that, but who knows if I'll get the engine done by then. And you can see the EGR pump right there that's gone. The bracket's kind of sticking out right there. I don't know if I should like chop that off, and on the bottom side as well, to give myself some more room and to make it look cleaner too. But right now I'm going to go ahead and remove all the wiring harness, all of this. Also remove the stock air box. Also remove the stock air intake and all the wiring. So the engine is going to be pretty much bare on this side. Okay, I'm not really sure where to begin with this, to be completely honest. So to start off, I might remove the plugs for the injectors, I guess. I'm just going to follow this wire and see where it leads. Here are the noodles. If anyone wants any of this, feel free to hit me up. So yeah, when it gets warmer outside, I'm gonna take this out, plug every hole, and give this a nice power wash. And then of course, clean the block with a grinder, make it look nice, remove all the rust and stuff, and then paint it black. Finally got the fuel rail off. That was kind of a pain, because the bolts on this side right there and on the other side are kind of a pain to get to. This bolt right here, you have to bend this bracket, and then that one over there, you gotta kind of bend this thing over here. And there's one that's stuck right there. Oh, there we go. There's the fuel rail with the injectors. The injectors could have stayed in there, but it's easier to just pull this whole thing out. So, which I'll be getting a new fuel rail and new injectors, so these are not needed. To the junk pile you go. Wow, this is actually looking kind of crazy. The fact that it's so empty right now, and I'm so close to removing all of this junk over here as well. Okay, now I have to remove these major bolts right here, and then the ones underneath, the 4 big ones. And I believe that is mainly it, besides like some little wires and connectors that I still have to unplug. For example, the knock sensor that's right over here. Okay, well, there's the throttle body. Look at this thing. Humongous. Trash pile. Well, all that's left is one little bolt that I kind of stripped, so. Well, I finally got it off. Had to hammer this on there first, then put this on, hammer this in, and then get my impact and quickly zip it, and it worked. And moment of truth, voila, the stock intake is off. Well, there you have it, guys. Here's the first little segment of my engine disassembly and the mock-up of my turbo with the exhaust manifold. So as of now, I'm gonna go ahead and order some parts, maybe some pulleys and stuff like that, see how much all the other things cost, like the power steering pump, water pump, alternator. And then I'm gonna have to order a whole gasket kit for the oil pan, front main seal, rear main seal, valve cover gasket, MLS gasket, which I know aren't cheap. And yeah, once I get some more money, I can order the T Motorsport intake. And then I'm getting this powder coated, or I might wet sand it and then polish it, like I said before. Same thing with the turbo, which I'm gonna grind the turbo part off because obviously this is a turbo. It's like having a sticker that says car on a car. No shit, that's a car. So this is the last segment of this current video of me removing the old garbage and installing the exhaust manifold and the turbo. Currently I'm waiting on a couple parts that I just ordered. I ordered the new intake manifold, fuel rail, and then up next I'm gonna order the crank trigger sensor that goes up front. And I'm ordering the ECU wiring harness as well. And I'm already pricing out all the parts for a new alternator, water pump, power steering pump, and stuff like that. In the next episode, I'm going to install the new intake manifold, mock everything up, see how it looks. Then I'm gonna decide which colors I'm gonna make everything. I'm going back between like maybe doing black for this, black for that, because it'll match the intake manifold, or get this powder coated silver like I usually do. Silver for the intake manifold, and maybe gloss black for the valve cover. But as of now, this is where I'm gonna finish it off. In the next video, I will show you guys a process of me doing all of that. And once I mock everything up, decide on the color, I'm gonna send everything off to get powder coated. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take everything off. Take all of this junk off in the front, refurbish what I can, and replace what I ordered. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to change the seals in the gasket on my new transmission as well. I currently have most of the old parts that I took off in this bin, which is up on my eBay. I'll put it up on the screen right here, so if any of you are interested, let me know. Now, this turbo manifold, like I said before, is not the quality one. This is the one I bought from eBay, which is technically from China because it's drop shipped, blah, blah, blah. But the hole right here is very jagged and crooked, so I got to fix that. Either fill this in with some weld and then drill a new hole, or make it a little bit bigger on this left side so that way I can actually bolt it in. And if you look over there, I know it's hard to see, the exhaust manifold doesn't sit flat because one of those universal bolt holes actually hits the head in the front. Right there. So I'm just gonna cut that off, seat this nicely, just for the time being, and that should work. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.